Arizona State's victory against Colorado was so against the books. Such an upset. People don't want us to talk about it.
No,
and by
they
people,
don't.
we mean YouTube, considering they've taken the stream down like 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
But you know what? We're resilient. We're fighting back. We're diving into it all now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! Once again, for literally the 15th time since YouTube keeps crashing, to meet us on mail! Anthony Totri's voice is gone.
Dude, I did that like 5 times.
Dude, so many times your Arizona State Sun Devils pulled off a victory over the behemoths in the Big 12.
Wow.
The Buffaloes in Colorado, 70-68. He's Anthony Totri. I'm Erik Ruby, Captain Redbeard behind the Mac, making all the magic happen. Since this is the 15th time we're doing this post-game show, we're not doing it live because we're trying to get around the stupidness that YouTube is doing right now.
Yeah.
We figured we switch things up. Totri's not even going to talk the whole time.
No, I'm just going to stay silent. I'm just here to let you guys know that we're coming to you, of course, from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Again, we've been doing this a couple times at this point.
Deja vu.
Where do we start? Because we got into some really great stuff. Should we
recap? should we recap?
Yeah, you go ahead. You just let us know. Where are we
so
at?
like this is like the PHNX Sun Devils like recap of our recap of the game.
of the post-game show.
Of the probably collective like 10 minutes
Yeah,
we've done at a
about
post-game
that.
show. So it started off the first one talking about how yes, they were shorthanded. Colorado's not a good team, right?
Bad
But
team.
Good for ASU to win this game shorthanded. You needed to win this game. The travel call was atrocious, right? Then the first stream ended. We're like, okay. So then we go to the second stream and it's like, okay, welcome back. We're talking about this. Then it kind of gets juiced. You're like, ooh. And Totri's like, senior spin zone. Let's talk about how Bobby Hurley was in the face of diversity, but didn't get a tech.
Didn't get teed up, man.
And then I was like, oh yeah, we can multiple spin zone. Kept talking about them missing a player. But then you said that Colorado is the worst basketball team that's ever played basketball.
I said they are one of.
To which that led to about a 4-minute argument about me coming at your throat saying they're a middle of the pack team. And saying that you were wrong.
One of.
They are not one of the worst teams in the Division I level.
Yes, they are.
And I would say let's unpack that, but we've already talked about that for 7 minutes.
I want to
so let's talk about the game.
Yeah, it was gross. It was gross all around.
What a gross night. This is a gross night.
It was so gross. It was it looked like Pac-12 basketball.
You know, we can just look at each other right now. If you're watching this, we're not even going live. Let's look at each other. This is going to be the most unhinged post-game show we've ever done.
It was gross. It was Pac-12 hoops. That's exactly what this was from start to finish. BJ Freeman, you obviously lost him. You hope he's good for the Arizona game. But, you know, again, if you want to spin it, this is a team in Arizona State that already doesn't have a deep rotation. I'm going to be honest. I saw the grossest rotation that I have ever seen.
It was for 40 seconds. It was for 40 seconds.
It was for 40 seconds too long. I'm not going to name the names, but if you were watching that game, you know exactly which time and which rotation I was talking about.
It was literally just to give somebody a breather.
Yeah.
Like, do you have no... And that's the thing. This team, they are kind of backed into a corner to the point where as the season goes on, it's going to keep getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
You miss Sannon for a stretch, right? You don't know what's going to happen with BJ Freeman. Obviously, Jayden Quaintance was out tonight. And you have to be proud of how your guys stepped up. Adam Miller with 18, Alston Mason with 17. Shawn Phillips played the best game I've ever seen Shawn Phillips play. And I've been really hard on Shawn Phillips.
Everybody has.
But he used his size. He scored 13 points. He grabbed 9 rebounds, had a couple of blocks as well. Big time blocks. And was just playing like a 7-footer. Like he was playing like the player that you need him to be every single night. And they did that against a Colorado team. This will be a quad 2 win. I don't think they're a quad 2 team, but they are going to.
It's just because they were on the road.
Right. And but elevation,
Tough to
short rotation.
That's a tough place to play.
Adam Miller also played 39 minutes.
Any other year.
Last year's
Colorado team wins that game.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
This
Colorado team,
yeah,
very bad at basketball. Very bad. Very, very, very bad.
And I mean, it's not even.
I watched a dude, and I said it on the second one. I'm going to say it again. Literally, fouled by Shawn Phillips, right, in a 3-point game with like 8 seconds left. He pulls up to the charity stripe.
You're really going in on this guy.
They cut to him. Holds the ball, 2 hands, goes like this. It was at that moment he had missed the first shot. There was no way that he was hitting any of those or hitting all of those game-tying free throws.
He hit 2 or 3.
He hit 2 or 3, yeah, but he missed the first one. The only reason he hit 2 and 3 is because he knew it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, all the pressure was gone.
Yeah, it was.
All the pressure was gone. I mean, Colorado had multiple opportunities to win this game.
They did.
Right? And the travel call was terrible, but they had a lot of good shots. And credit to them, they battled back as well.
To Colorado?
I mean, Colorado, yeah. They battled back.
Battle from?
ASU had a lead. It wasn't a huge lead, but ASU had a lead. But at the very end of the game, Colorado was 0-6 in their last 6 field goal attempts, 2 of 11 for just their last 11 attempts, only hitting 2 of those shots. I mean, they just went cold. Colorado's clearly the worst team. Individual talent won for ASU, even when some of their best individual talent was gone. I think maybe it's a good time to get into By the Numbers, presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union, named by Forbes, because Baskin had a good game, scored 19 tonight. Some good individual talent for Colorado. Of course, the only number that matters is 70 to 60.
There we go. I was going to say,
sorry,
dude, that was
my bad.
That was crazy.
A little new to this. My bad. Adam Miller with 18, Baskin with 19. Field goals, ASU was 22 of 49 for 45%. Colorado 25 of 58. Colorado taking 7 more field goals and only hitting 3 more. That's good for 43%. 3-pointers, ASU hit 7 of their 22 at 32%. Colorado 4 of 16, 25%. ASU led for 35 minutes and 38 seconds. Totri, besides the final score, what's a number that stands out to you from this?
Can I not do a number? Can I just do the fact that this dude looks like he's about to cry in that photo underneath Colorado?
Yeah.
He looks like he's
gonna
had it.
bully him?
Yeah. Well, I'm not bullying him. That's the truth. He
does look like he's about to cry.
He looks like he had a bad night of Colorado basketball.
Yeah.
No, I think the number that sticks out to me most is obviously the fact that you had Adam Miller scoring what he did tonight, right? Being able to battle the adversity that he has. Another dude that I don't think we talk about enough because of the fact that he did end up playing at points last season, but he went through a very similar thing that Xavier Alford and Jake Smith did at the start of last season, right? Not being able to play because of the NCAA stuff.
That was a crazy time.
And then being able to, manage that season, decide he wants to return, and maybe offensively, it hasn't necessarily worked out the way that he thought it would, the way the fans thought it would, right? Coming into the season, he was probably the lead guy offensively to go out there. Obviously,
your only offensive weapon that was returning.
You expected high things of him.
Yes.
Hasn't necessarily lived up to those expectations. And then tonight, to be able to have that performance when you're missing a guy like a BJ Freeman, when you're missing a Jayden Quaintance who's really starting to develop his offensive game, and to do it on the road, tough place to play, against a team that, like you said, credit to Colorado, fought, right?
Yeah, they fought.
They fought with sticks and twigs, but they fought till the bitter end. But Adam Miller was the number that stuck out to me most, man.
Yeah, Adam Miller had a really great game and some timely buckets from Adam Miller as well.
Yeah,
which you really appreciate out of him. If you want to do like the spin zone on shorthanded and everything, right? If you can tread water and pick up the wins you need to, get fully healthy, but have Adam Miller with a little bit more confidence, have Alston Mason with a little bit more confidence, and finding some time for your guard rotation. Like, I know that right now Trevor Best isn't being put in the best position to contribute, but if you can get to the point where like you need to try to blow out a team, and I know it's like, oh wow, that's basketball analysis.
Who else is there left?
Kansas State. It has to be Kansas State, right? Because if Alston Mason can play 33 minutes in a game instead of 39, that's going to make a difference.
You know what
right?
the Achilles heel of this team is?
Depth.
I got another one. You know what it is?
What?
I'll tell you on the other side of this break.
Wow. What a transition. I'm assuming it's on me considering you haven't started talking. And I'm scrolling to see what it is. Maybe I've indulged in cold cannabis.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
You know what? I definitely should be getting into that tonight considering the amount of strife that YouTube has put on the three of us.
I thought you were going to say that I had put on you.
No, this is, for once in your life, it is not your fault, Anthony Totri.
Thanks, man.
But let me tell you, if you're trying to get high at an affordable price with premium flower, that is Colt Cannabis' fault.
Wow.
Because they've dominated the game. And of course, now you can find them at all your local True Leaves, including a True Leaf exclusive strain in the Magic Marker. It hits hard, it hits smooth, and it feels good. You get high THC percentage flower, premium flower, high quantities, without having to pay the premium price. And if you are, paying for weed right now, money's tight. We always talk about saving money on the show, but you want to have the best experience. And you can get that by getting to True Leaf and getting some Colt Cannabis. Get over to trueleaf.com to find your local shop or place an order, and of course tell them that PHNX sent you.
Well, look, you teased it a little bit a second ago. Saving money, right? I know everybody here at PHNX loves to do that. I personally love to do that as well, and our friends over at Circle K who helped us with this lovely Studio K studio. Well, look, they're trying to help you save money with their free membership program called Inner Circle. Look, in the next 35 to 40 seconds, you guys can be a part of that Inner Circle, okay? Go to the App Store, download the app, enter your email and phone number to be fully enrolled, and boom, just like that, you are a member of the Inner Circle. You're going to start getting those deals that Circle K has to offer, whether that be on gas, on drinks, on snacks, so much more. If it is for gas, pull up to the pump, type in your phone number, and just like that, you guys can save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 Phillips. Every single day after that, you guys can save 3 cents as well. Enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal. Inner Circle members like you can get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast, and Amir Ali star review at it.
What?
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
No, that's 4 stars. We don't want the 4-star reviews.
You're right.
Give me Quaintance or Sandin. Come on, guy.
Well, I mean, he does wear the number 5.
That's true. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But the stars thing.
I didn't say...
Chat, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We can't see any of it right now.
The Achilles heel of this team is, and it hasn't even happened yet, I'm just saying it's there, is... And I hate that I'm saying this.
Oh, dude, this is going to be disgusting.
No, I'm just knock on wood. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. If Alston Mason went down...
You're done. It's over. You might as well, like you're so cooked. You're so cooked.
Yeah.
And it sucks because the likelihood of that is going up considering that he's playing 40 minutes
a night.
And he's playing 40 minutes a night as a point guard, so a lot is getting run through him. He's not the biggest guy either, right? Like, over time, that's going to wear down on his body.
Yeah.
Right? And kudos to him tonight. He was able to step up big, and he was able to play really well throughout his 39 minutes. I mean, only having 2 personal fouls and 3 turnovers with how much he had the ball in his hands, scoring 17 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line. I mean, he's not really passing the ball that much and getting assists, but he's not ball hogging either. No. He's moving it. It's just kind of a hockey assist type of thing. And you didn't have the greatest night from Bashir Jihad. He ended up with 11 points, but 9 of those
coming from the free throw line when you needed a bucket, though.
Shot 9-11 from the free throw line, and had 5 of 7 from field goal. Oh, sorry, 1 of 6 from field goals for Bashir Jihad. But 7 rebounds, 4 personal fouls, which was tough too. Phillips had 4 personal fouls. The big negative with Bashir Jihad is 6 turnovers. Mm-hmm. Because in this game, the reason why Colorado was able to eventually claw back, get the lead, stay in it, was the fact that they were able to turn ASU over so much. 7 steals on the night for Colorado. And they were able to capitalize too. Colorado also had 26 points off the bench, right? So when you go up against a team on the road, like you mentioned, Colorado's depth, right? Colorado has depth. And you lose 2 starters.
Yeah.
And you still pick up a win? Like, that's something to be proud of.
I mean, you could argue you lost your 2 best players. Right, not having Jayden Quaintance, obviously dealing with the foot injury. He didn't even make the trip to Colorado. Mm-hmm. You hope that he's ready to come back
on Saturday.
You
would hope that the reason why you would sit this game.
And Bobby said it wasn't a serious thing. He said it wasn't a very serious thing on the radio this morning. And then, of course, BJ Freeman playing 4 minutes, went out there early in the game, looked like a tough leg injury, right? Tried to get it massaged on the sideline.
Yeah, he was in pain, though, you could tell.
Or I guess not the sideline, the bench. Right. And then
football guy.
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes it's a little bit of a switch, right? And then he gets put back in the game 2 minutes and really can't go. Comes back out in the second half wearing street clothes. So you didn't have two guys that offensively have been massive for you lately, right? And the next guy I want to talk about, right, without the absence, with the absence of Quaintance, being able to pick up defensively and on the glass side of things, Shawn Phillips. Obviously, again, the night that he had, just
played like
the best
starting
game,
big.
The best game. And the fact that he could do that now, right? You haven't been able to see him
well,
do it.
We've always known that he could do it. We just never saw him
Every
really
7-footer should be able to.
That was the problem, was that we knew he could do it.
Yeah.
And you saw it in flashes in certain games, but this was the most complete game from him.
Yeah, best
total.
plus minus on the team.
Yeah, and played 28 minutes tonight and was impactful for about all 28 of those.
Did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, to make a clear observation, right, he was your third leading scorer. You don't win without him tonight, but on both ends, right? And 3 of 5 from the line isn't great, but not terrible. That's 80%, 60% from the line, not 80% from the line. But he had his best game. I think there was a lot of good in this game and a lot of ugly as well, but a lot of the ugly came from either circumstances or refs or just kind of Colorado mucking it up. This didn't feel like a game where ASU was totally getting in their own way.
Yeah.
It just felt like they kind of had the odds stacked against them.
I'd say that's fair. Look, Shawn Phillips, we're all at the club. He's there sitting in the booth. Alston Mason, he's in the booth too. Bobby's in the booth. But I'll tell you what, all those bottles that are getting popped for bottle service, those are all for Adam Miller, Ace Wolf. He went Buff Hutton tonight. 18 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 travel that shouldn't have been a travel.
Absolutely not a travel. Also add 4 rebounds in there. Yeah, 4 or 5 from 3 is crazy.
Yeah, 4 or 5 from 3 is
this was Adam's best game.
It was an Adam Miller game.
It was his best game of the season.
Absolutely.
Would you agree?
I would say it's one of the best games we've seen from him at Arizona State.
At Arizona State, yeah, I would agree as well. I mean, extremely efficient. 0 for 2 at the free throw line, which is tough.
And those were they were big free throws too.
Right. But you were still able to hold on to the win, so those free throws don't come back to haunt you as much. Really enjoyed him. Looking hopefully for him and Josan Sandin to get some more plays ran for them, because they can be lethal shooters. A lot of the times it feels like those two specifically just kind of get thrown out there and say, make something happen. And while they can, I don't think either of them are takeover type players to where you could build an offense around that. And so it was nice to see him get loose tonight. Hopefully he can carry that over into U of A. And I want Bobby to be able to kind of scout around that and be like, listen, like, we're going to intentionally look to get Adam Miller involved early at U of A, because especially if you're going to be down maybe BJ Freeman in that game, you're going to need your offensive engine. And I don't think you beat U of A unless you have a similar performance than what Adam Miller had tonight from him.
Well, that's something we could definitely talk about alongside what's up with Josan Sandin scoring.
Yeah,
right?
we could definitely. I have a lot actually to say about that.
Aftertaste, Bobby board, closing time, all after this break.
Yeah, see, I'm ready for this one. Can't catch me slipping. Okay, you can't catch Sanderson Ford slipping either. And that's why, of course, PHNX is proud.
Wait, you have your seatbelt on?
Oh, it's on.
Put your seatbelt on. There we go. Just want to make sure you're good.
Yeah, sorry, you were like the
drive safe.
I appreciate that. And Sanderson Ford wants to make sure not only do you drive safe, but you have the best vehicle to drive in. You can take the whole family out in style, save 11 grand. It's a lot of money off of an expedition, or hit the trails and make your own in a new Bronco Badlands. I knew that you would love that.
Love the name.
Sanderson has 28 to choose from with discounts up to $10,000 off. Plus, you can purchase a new Edge for $35,995. And they also took in hundreds of quality trade-ins during the year-end sale and have 25 pre-owned vehicles with a warranty under 25 grand. And the best part is it's no pressure, no hassle, no nonsense experience. Always over at Sanderson Ford. You get more for your trade-in with easy on-the-spot financing. Drive into the new year with a new Ford from Arizona's most awarded Ford dealership. And that, of course, is Sanderson Ford.
Erik, what if I told you
that
you could have a Sanderson Ford truck for every single day of the week?
That'd be nice.
Well, I'm going to tell you how you can do it. How you could do it, how I could do it, how Kyle could do it, how anybody at home could do it. Gila River Resorts and Casinos is giving you a chance to win big. I'm talking $5.9 million on the big game. Look, for the big game, score more than just touchdowns. We're giving you guys a chance to win $5.9 million with Gila River Resorts free prop play from January 27th to February 8th. You guys can visit GilaPropPlay.com and answer 26 questions about the big game, of course, the Super Bowl, for your shot at the grand prize. You know the best part?
What?
It's free to play.
Whoa.
Absolutely free to play. Enter for free and make
Stop
your
lying to me.
big game predictions. Score instant prizes from $5 to $100 and free bonus play while you guys play. And, of course, answer all 26 questions correctly. And you're going to have yourself $5.9 million. Remember, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details or check out the link in the description below.
Check it out. Also, check out we have a Suns watch party on Friday, and we have a Sun Devils takeover.
We do.
This Saturday, we have a pregame little brunch party with PHNX Sun
Early.
Devils.
It's a little morning
PHNX
one.
Wildcats at 9:30. Yeah, come check it out there. All outside, right across the street from DFA. Go to gophnx.com/events. Get a ticket to the game. Hang out with us before the game. It's going to be a really fun time. Make sure that we show up, the kiddies. Do it.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Should be a lot of fun. Something that's not a ton of fun is Josan Sannon.
The cold streak.
Recently. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to individual talent, are going to start kind of picking apart Josan Sannon, saying that he needs to be better. 0 of 5 from 3, 1 of 7 from the field, right? Didn't get to the line and played 30 minutes tonight, only scored 2 points.
And 3 fouls.
And 3 fouls. Terrible game.
Awful game.
Terrible game from Sannon. And he does need to own some of that personally. But I keep noticing whenever he's in the game, there are no plays ran for him. There's no offensive sets and actions. He's either standing off in the corner and doing very little movement, or he has the ball in his hands. He dribbles between his legs, he ISOs, and he puts up a shot.
Yeah.
Now, you can go to him and say, hey, man, like, that's not winning basketball. You gotta do better. But he's a score-first guard, right? Bobby and the staff need to be way better in the same way I said that they need to drop for Adam Miller. Like actual set plays for him to continue to stay hot and stay in a rhythm. They do the same thing with Josan Sannon. You know when Josan Sannon is coming in the game, he is coming in the game for one reason and one reason only.
Especially in a game like this where you're minus BJ Freeman early and then you're without Jayden Quaintance. You need points.
He's in there to score.
Yeah.
And it's not just with Sannon. Like they do the same thing with Bashir. They do the same thing with Adam. They do the same thing with BJ. Right? They do the same thing with Quaintance. They do the same thing with Alston Mason. They do the same thing with Adam Miller. They do the same thing with everybody. It's ISO. Maybe get a couple picks in there. Maybe have a couple people running off of movement, but never like a coordinated sequence of events where you're like, wow, what a great play led to a wide open 3.
Welcome to Bobby Hurley basketball.
You don't have to welcome me. Just because I expect it doesn't mean I'm going to let it slide.
Right? Like, I guess that's fair.
It's not fair to Josan Sannon. And right now, with how the season is going, one of the big focus should be how do you get Jayden Quaintance to come back, and if Josan Sannon decides to stay in college, which the way that his season is going, he absolutely should.
He should.
How do you get him to stay at Arizona State?
Yeah.
Not running offensive plays and feeling like you can get the most out of him is certainly one way to make them not want to be here. And I'm not saying you need to change your whole offense. I'm saying you need to have an offense. I know. Okay, I know.
Yeah. I mean, I've been
but
saying
am I
it.
wrong?
No, I've been saying it for years now. It's just a different cast of characters. It's a new season. It's a new show on Netflix.
Reruns.
That's what it is, right? I tuned in. I got a different show with the same plot, new characters, called something different. That's what I got every year with the ASU basketball program right now. And like, again, I don't want to get too doom and gloom because they won, but you got to, turn your attention to bigger fish because there are not a lot of games like this left on your schedule. This was a nice win on the road, Q2. You did it while you were beat up against all the odds, right? Minus some of your best players. You got to get healthy and you got to find a way to win on Saturday because is a lot riding on that game on Saturday at home.
Sure.
With the rest of your season in balance in terms of NCAA tournament, in terms of trying to retain some of these players. Is Jayden Quaintance going to play after not playing? Is BJ Freeman going to be ready? Is Sannon going to show up? Like
wins like that can also help, build momentum. I mean,
you need to build momentum.
At the end of the day, you won this game.
Yeah, you did. And it's a win.
That is the important part, right? Like through all of this, it's very important that ASU ended up winning this game, especially in Big 12 play. Like you had to win. Losing to Iowa State is understandable. You just beat West Virginia. If you can go in and beat Arizona, and then you face Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, TCU. If you can take down Arizona, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, drop to Texas Tech, beat TCU, then you're talking about going in a stretch where your only losses are to Iowa State and Texas Tech, and you pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But where are the signature
5 out of 8
wins?
wins? It would be West Virginia, top 23 team in the country. It would be Arizona, who's about top 30 team in the country. You're not at this point. You only have really 2 chances, I guess, for signature wins, maybe 3. Texas Tech, I'm not sure.
You got to consider that. This is what you have to do.
You have to sweep Arizona or Texas Tech.
You have to sweep Arizona or Texas Tech,
or you have to split both of those. You have to win at least one of each of those games, and then maybe beat Houston. Or you run the board against the TCU's, Kansas State's, Oklahoma State's, BYU's of the world, Utah's of the world. You split with Tech and Arizona, and then you can afford to lose to Houston. I think that might get you in the tournament, but that's a lot of winning.
It sounds like we're going to be seeing if we go to Dayton or not.
Oh, this season has Dayton written.
It does. It really does have Dayton written.
Get ready to learn
over
Skyline, buddy.
I already have.
I know.
Not again, man. Well, look, Skyline, you bring it up. Let's go straight into it. You want to get an aftertaste?
Yeah, let's get an aftertaste.
Kyle, I'm going to start with you. We haven't heard from you since the shenanigans with our YouTube overlords. What was flown into your esophagus this evening?
I'm going to go with a nice hamburger.
A nice hamburger?
Yeah.
Care to explain?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. You completely caught me off guard with that one.
It was a close game. I was a little nervous, but at the end of the day, a nice little hamburger, a nice little win gets it done.
Nothing too special.
Yeah.
What was flown into your esophagus?
I don't have a specific food, but I have a specific kind of food. Leftovers that you had to put in the microwave 3 extra times because you couldn't get the temperature right, and it was always still a little cold. Because this show had to restart like 3 times. We had to keep taking it in and out before it, got to the perfect temperature. But also, leftovers gets the job done. Usually, it's not going to knock it out of the park. There's some good moments, some good moments. But when you're down,
I make mean leftovers.
When you're down resources, right? When you're down resources, you're down your starters. You don't have time to make a fresh new meal.
No sense.
I make mean leftovers. Is crazy. This game was leftovers. This game was leftovers.
I'm sorry, I can't let that fly. You made the meal. How can you make mean leftovers? That makes no sense. You heat it up in the microwave. Yeah, I'm really good at pressing a button on the microwave.
He is getting. Yeah, I mean, you made the meal. If it was great, then you had great leftovers. You made great leftovers.
You know what?
Did you not?
Let's chew on this.
No.
Gentlemen, I understand that we're punchy. We've been in here for way longer than we should have been.
That's fair.
I make mean leftovers is a crazy sentence.
No, it's not.
It is. That's insane.
Let's chew on that.
You made a mean first meal.
Guys.
Right?
Yes.
Eric agrees.
Okay. I want on the record.
This is like your chicken moment.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I disagree with you.
Wrong.
Gentlemen, it is too late for this, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our final break. We're going to come back. We're going to go through the Bobby board, right? We're going to do closing time, and we're going to put a beautiful bow on the 15th edition of the Colorado-Arizona State postgame show.
Now, can I wait real quick? Just to tie this whole thing up neatly. This was all, the Bobby board was supposed to go before the break. Okay, so I made that meal before we're going to break. It would have hit then, and it's going to hit after the break. Mean leftovers. Go ahead.
That was terrible. I'm not going to lie, that really sucked. That was really bad. But you know what's not really bad? You want to know what doesn't really suck? Our friends over at Pure Edibles. They're not just covered in sugar like all of their competitors. Pure is a full-fledged candy company. Let me recommend the Kicks, which is their version of Starburst. The watermelon gummies taste fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic. Those are my 2 favorites. And the best part about Pure is not just the taste, but that their effects are clearly listed in each tin, so you know exactly what to expect. Uplift, unwind, relax, sleep, balance, whatever you need. Pure has it through a unique blend of cannabinoids like CBN, CBG, CBD, and of course, the marijuana-derived THC. They were created in Flagstaff and Noble Dispensary, and now they are here in Phoenix, made so that you can get them at over 130 dispensaries statewide. Go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of their over 130 dispensaries in Arizona. Again, I highly recommend Kicks, which is their version of Starburst, and the watermelon-flavored gummy chews.
The watermelon ones are so good. They're so good. Look, that ending of the Arizona State-Colorado game, that was pure cinema. Okay. And there are a lot of phenomenal games going on, whether it be this weekend, next weekend, for months to come. We're talking college basketball, NBA. We got the Super Bowl here in a couple weeks in Louisiana. If you're looking to get tickets to go to any of these games, well, Game Time, that's the ticketing app for you. They got a new feature called Game Time Picks that's going to make getting tickets for events even easier. Okay, Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't got to worry and waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. For me, and I mention this every single time, the best part about Game Time is I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so I like to wait till the very last minute to go get these tickets, and I'll tell you what, the deals get better the longer you wait with Game Time. It's an absolutely unreal, easy, and affordable experience all the way around. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download that Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Maybe it's a good thing that there aren't people in the chat for this right now live.
Mean leftovers.
Okay. Well, I think
I've never seen Kyle get so fed up.
We've pushed Kyle to the limit the last week.
So fed up.
He was really mad at me last week.
He was. He had a right to
really
be mad at you.
Well, he has a right to be mad at you. That was
I don't
pretty
think
stupid.
so. I don't think that was crazy. I'm very curious.
I'm not doing.
I want everybody
no
in the comments.
No more.
Everybody in the comments.
No more.
If you've made it to this point,
no more.
What I mean, I feel like that's a fair statement. I feel like you could say you make mean leftovers.
No,
Kyle disagrees.
This just reminds me of that conversation we had that one night where I actually walked out of the room and left because it was pissing me off.
That's fair. I'm not at that point, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Can we get to the Bobby board?
I mean, we're just gonna skip my.
Nobody
my
cares,
aftertaste
dude.
is gone. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
crazy. No, I don't even want to give it anymore.
What was thrown
I don't
in
even
your
want to give it anymore.
Is that what
Let's
you
look
asked?
at the Bobby board.
What was thrown in your esophagus?
Let's look at
what
the
was
Bobby
thrown
board.
in your esophagus?
Talk to my hand. Nothing.
We are going insane.
Nothing. The Bobby board. We have got so few wins. So
hey,
few
we got
wins.
one today though.
You did.
Two over. So you swept the season.
You needed
series.
that. I mean, that West Virginia win looks so much more important after the Iowa State loss. And again, Arizona, I know they beat Iowa State the other day. They're a team that I still feel is very, very vulnerable in terms of beating them on the road, in terms of beating them at home. You've got opportunities against Kansas State and Oklahoma State, TCU. You got a get back game against BYU. That would be a big win. Mm-hmm. Utah, there are some winnable games on this, but again, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea of you need some signature wins. And I think we've kind of mapped them out. The only real ways that you can kind of functionally pack in some signature wins other than beating Houston would be to either beat Arizona twice, beat Tech twice, or split with both those
You
teams.
have to split. You have to split.
At the least.
At least. You have to split. Yeah, We'll see what this team can do. The longer the season goes, if they continue to be down players, it's just going to get harder. It's really unfortunate for the players because I do think they're being put in a tough position. It's unfortunate for Bobby, but also you have to look at this team and be like, why are we at the point where the only other player that is now getting minutes is somebody who joined the team halfway through the season who's 17 years old, right?
Man, don't even get started.
It's unfortunate for everybody involved because I don't think anybody's in a winning position, but they're going to do their best and they gutted out a win tonight.
They did.
And you can appreciate that from them.
Is that your final thoughts?
I think so.
Is that your cherry on the Sunday?
I think so.
Well, look, I think that's valid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Again, we have been at this now for quite some time.
Even if this video doesn't say it, we've been doing this for a long time.
The lights dimming out. Captain Redbeard is ready to have me walk the plank. So it is closing time, presented by the Carol Royce team, your home sold guaranteed realty, where Carol will guarantee to sell your home for 100% of market value, or she's going to pay you the difference. Learn more at carolroyceteam.com. Again, just one takeaway from this dub for Arizona State. It is onward and upward. Rivals up next. You have to beat the Arizona Wildcats. You got a lot on the line at DFA. Show up and show out if you are an ASU fan. Heck, I got a lot on the line. We got hair bets
do
on
have
the
a lot on
line.
the line.
We'll address that on another show for sure. Guys, that's going to do it for tonight's episode of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We really do appreciate everybody watching after the fact and, of course, listening on audio as well. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You can follow the man mad at me and mad at my leftovers at K Coop Sports. We will see you guys on a Wednesday, but in the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.